Hey everybody, welcome to Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. I am Eric. On the bar for today, I got a bourbon. Elijah Craig, barrel proof, 12 years old, batch A121. As always, here on the channel, I will give you a nose taste finish review of this bourbon. Tell you a bit about the value, give you my final thoughts, final score, leave you with a malt musing. But first, if you are just returning, thanks so much for the support. Feel free to smash that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. And if you're here for the first time, would love it if you subscribed. It'll make sure you don't miss any of my reviews, which come out every Friday, and my Tuesday happy hour, which is Tuesdays live on YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Elijah Craig is from the Heaven Hill Distillery in Kentucky, and this release in particular is the first of 3 that will come out this year. For those who don't know, the Elijah Craig line has 3 barrel proof releases annually. They do an A batch, B batch, C batch, and they are released in January, May, and September. So the code on here, batch A, which is the first code, the 1, which means it's January release, and 21 means 2021. So as is always the case with Elijah Craig barrel proof, they are 12 years old, and it is non-chill filtered and is right here on the bottle. This one in particular, bottled at 61.8% ABV or 123.6% proof. So let's get some of this in the glass and get into it. It is a beautiful color. It's a bourbon, so you know there is no added color to it. And let's get on the nose. Dominant first notes that you're going to pick up: sweet, slight bitter. And by sweet, there's fruit. It's apple, a little bit of cherry, a little bit of light orange. You also get a really nice creamy, like almost French vanilla smell to it, which is quite nice. The spice is coming mostly from charred oak. There's also kind of a dusty quality to it. Be a little bit of like a allspice as well is what you're going to pick up when you dig a little deeper. All in all, very nice nose. We do know that this mash bill does contain a little bit of rye, so not surprised that there'll be a bit of spice on here. Okay, let's give it a taste. Cheers. Very rich and oily. Sweet, spicy, slight bitter. Major notes you're picking up here right away are going to get milk chocolate. Then you're going to get a fruit note. It is figs, dates, maybe even a slight raisin. As it develops, there's some cinnamon, hits the tongue. It's a little bit aggressive, kind of nice. It really kind of balances out with the sweetness. There is just that little hint of rye spice as well. And a nice kind of buttercream frosting, keeping it relatively creamy here. As for the finish, it is mouthwatering and it's long. The milk chocolate moves into more of a dark chocolate, a little bit tannic, that oak. There's almost like a teriyaki beef jerky thing going on too, quite slight, just in the background a little bit. A little bit of acidity, maybe a hint of chili pepper. And then the other thing that I think is really interesting on here that I'm getting is in the finish is like a grape soda. All right, let's put a little bit of water on this. It is 61.8% ABV. So we're going to bring it down just a little bit, about 4 drops here, just to see if we can get anything else out of this. So the nose, still saying relatively the same. It maybe is subduing a little bit of the fruit sweetness. A bit oakier now. All in all, relatively straightforward nose on this one. Okay. water seems to have kicked up the oakiness a little bit, even on the palate. Still getting that grape soda note, the dried dark fruits, maybe a hint of plum. That buttercream frosting that I mentioned, it's much more kind of straight up vanilla now. Again, long finish, decent Kentucky hug from this. Feeling it. Darker notes though. The water has brought out the darker notes for sure. Okay. So you're looking for a bottle of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Not exclusive, but not necessarily easy to find. Kind of right in the middle in terms of availability. They usually go pretty quick. And so I would check your local stores and keep an eye out for this one. I would, as far as the price, they're a little bit across the board. I've seen them as low as 60, as much as over 100. So I think the median value on these, mostly you're going to find them in that $75 range. I still think it's a high value given the quality of this bourbon. All right, final thoughts. They've done it again. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof line has just been getting better and better. You can check out my reviews of the lineup from 2020, for example, which I thought were all really, really strong releases from them. And this one is continuing with it. This is in similarity to the C920 from last year, a little bit more oak forward. However, this one I think balances that out even a little bit more than that one did. Again, there's just nothing to complain about. This is one of the best bourbons you can get for under $100, and maybe one of the better bourbons you can get, period, on the market. It's got the perfect age statement. It's right in that sweet spot, I think, of about 12 years. And, you know, this one's bringing a lot to the table. Nose is a little bit on the simpler side, but I think there's a lot of nice depth and complexity to this, and is very much enjoyable. So final score here on the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Batch A121 is going to be a strong 4.5 out of 5, which means I recommend you go out and get yourself a bottle of this. With that value, it's just, you're not going to find much better than this. All right. So with that, I will kick you over to your malt musing and catch you next week here on Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. Take care, everybody. Cheers.